Good. If you need anything, let me know.
Being an art teacher, I teach the students creative problem solving. And when you're faced with something, how do you overcome it? How do you work around it? This year, it's been uniquely different. We're faced with these problems that we have to come up with a realistic solution for. How do you reach remote kids? How do you make sure they have everything they need for an art class? How do you teach safely students in your class? And how do you teach both online, simultaneous with in-class students? So a lot of this year has been what I teach my students. My name is Brian Krawetzke. I'm the visual art teacher at Lima Shawnee High School, and I'm helping my students to creatively and safely work through a pandemic. The kids are trying to express themselves. They're trying to make sense of the world around them. And that's really what art is about, is helping the kids find their way through the world around them. I teach 9 classes over a 6-class schedule. So throughout the day, I teach 131 students, with 16 of those students being remote and the rest being in person. How do you approach that? How do you prep for that? How do you plan? All of my instruction has always been student-focused. So the very first day of class, the very first question I asked them, how do you feel today? Are you scared? Are you happy to be back? How's your feeling? The kids were happy to be back. They were happy to be in the classroom. They were happy to have classmates and a teacher. 65% of my students that showed up that first day were scared. The first several weeks of school was just spent calming students down. Once we did that, then we could focus on expressing their experiences and trying to get over some of what anxiety, some of the loneliness, some of the depression that everyone experienced over that long summer, over the long spring. Providing the kids with a safe learning environment. Well, how's that look like in a classroom? You have to limit the shareable supplies, so you have to think creatively, how am I going to do that in an art room? So I came up with, over the summer, art kits for every student. How do you keep kids 6 feet apart in an art room? I eliminated my teacher's desk. I eliminated everything I did not need in my classroom so I could get the full square footage to be able to move the kids safely throughout the room. So that way when students came to my class, they felt comfortable and they felt safe. For all the different classes I teach, yearbook was the one I was most concerned about. How do you create a yearbook during a pandemic? What are you going to put on the pages? You won't know until you go throughout the year what might be canceled. That they are now making, in my opinion, the most important history book of their lives. To record everything that's not just happening at their high school, but everything that's happening around them. And how do they record that is extremely important. So these students have really taken on to this challenge and really making this a student perspective book about not just the high school, but everything that's happening around them. I'm the local union president for our Teachers Association. Our role in the reopening plan is we met with administration over the summer. We worked collectively to come up with what we felt was the best plan for the students, for the community, and for the teachers. To have a OEA, to have our local association has been extremely important, not just for the teachers, not just for the staff, but to really band everyone together, to really do what everyone thinks is best for the students. And that's really what it's all about. How are we all collectively working together for those kids? And that's who we serve.